Greetings, Laker fans. This is the Purple Blood Lakers podcast back in effect. We've been off on a little bit of a hiatus for the holidays, and we're catching up on some old games. And so today we're talking about the game versus the Memphis Grizzlies, December 16th, if I'm not mistaken. Lakers got a win. This was the return of Bron after his little time off there. And this might have been the first time we started Max Christy, and he did well. Bron's rest paid off. He looked rested. I still noticed in the first quarter that AD brings the ball up quite a bit. I don't know what that's about, but watching him in the fourth quarter makes me think we should stop doing that. Um, to end the quarter, AD ran out the shot clock on an ISO. There was no movement. Bron was standing right next to him, so he was crowded. Um, and we ended up getting a bad shot. It's that same thing about ISO not working well for the Lakers. Um, but we did win the quarter 30-20, and 20 is the lowest quarter scoring of the season for Memphis. So that's good for a very, very good offensive team. We held them 25% shooting in that first quarter. We did have 7 turnovers. So the first quarter was a mixed bag, but we came out ahead. Um, the second quarter was even better. We came out 64-46 at the half. Um, we gave it back in the third quarter, 86-77. Couldn't get anything going. AD was out with what looked like injury. And uh, for most of the night, Max Christie was guarding Ja Morant. I think Ja Morant ended up 6 for 19. So great job by Christie on one of the best, most explosive guards in the league. Fourth quarter, you noticed that Reeves had been having a really good game. Um, there's one section, one play to end, not towards the end of the fourth quarter. Two AD plays. One, Bron was taking the ball out. AD came open right under the rim, and Bron didn't see him and got a 5-second violation trying to throw the ball into the middle of the court. I don't know how you don't see AD right standing next to you at the rim wanting the ball. Um, so I think we've had a couple little challenges getting the ball in. We need to work on that, coaches. And then towards the end of the game, AD had the ball. This is the second time that I've noticed that he's had to figure out how to end a game with the ball in his hands. And this time he decided to dribble, and he turned it over. Um, I don't know what goes on with AD in the fourth quarters, but let's pull up our stats and see. This is the only thing else I'm going to talk about, and then we'll go through the ending of the game, and we'll get get this one behind us. Let's see if we look at the box score real quick here. It's not going to be anything quick because my internet is a bit of a mess right now. But if we can go back to Lakers versus Grizz. Yeah, to what is this? It's the rest of the season. We're trying to go past. There we go. And December the 14th, if I'm not mistaken. 15th, we played the Grizz after losing to the Timberwolves on the 13th. Okay, so if we go to the game tracker, we're going to see in this game that Ja Morant indeed went 6 for 21. Um, Pretty impressive. 2 for 7, 2 for 7 from three. Um, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, 7 turnovers. So Max did a good job on him. Jaren Jackson Jr. had a good game, just not as good of a rebounder as he often is. I think Desmond Bain is still getting back into it, so I don't think we take anything away from how he played and how we played him. But Rui had an off night. LeBron had 18 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. Anthony Davis had 40 points, 16 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 4 turnovers. Bron had 5 turnovers on 8 assists. And Austin Reeves, I check his turnover assist turnover ratio as well. He had 1 turnover on 8 assists. That's really good. He had 19 points. Still not clicking on his 3-point shot, but clicking all over the court. Austin Reeves is. Um, Now let us look at what happened by quarter. And you know which quarter I care about is the fourth. In the fourth quarter, Ja Morant had 10 shots. No one else on the team had more than three, and all of those were bench players: Kennard, Edie, and Smart. Starters Jalen Wells and Jaren Jackson Jr. and Desmond Bain all took 2 shots in the fourth quarter. Now let's look at the LA shot distribution in the fourth quarter. LeBron James, 6 shots. Anthony Davis, 4 shots, hit all 4 of them. Rui took one, hit one. Austin Reeves took 4, hit one. Cam Reddish took 3 and hit one. So it was a bad quarter. Not bad. We lost it 33-30. Um, but AD got to the line 5 times, made 4 of them, got 3 rebounds. He was engaged. So I'm expecting to see less than that, less than 4 shots. But he got the same number of shots as Austin Reeves, not as many as LeBron. Um, that's not often the case with AD, but that looks decent to me. He only played 9 minutes and 19 seconds. Um, but the playing point guard to turn over the ball at the end of the game is just kind of knucklehead stuff that he's been doing lately. Taking the ball down when all we got to do is hold it, and stuff like that. So um, for him to be an elite player, I want better decision making in the fourth quarter from Anthony Davis. So that's it for the game. Now, dog of the game. Let's go back to the full stats. I think I know who I want to say, but let me just double check. And yes, it it looks like it's going to go to D'Lo. 7 points, 3 turnovers, 1 steal, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 for 7 from the field, 2 for 6 from three, 17 minutes. That's not gonna get it done, D'Lo, as our good friend Lance would say. So D'Lo is the dog of the game. Positive takeaways. I noticed a couple things. Watching Connect move without the ball. He was only 2 for 4. He missed 2 threes, 2 turnovers. He didn't have a good game. He could have been a dog as well. But I really liked watching him move without the ball. Um, and I haven't given up on Dog to Connect. I wanted him to start. I think it was probably a wise decision to put Max out there. Max seems to have um, a greater current skill set that can help the team now, whereas I think Dalton probably has a higher upside. Um, I think Max is probably the right guy to be started. As much as I want Dalton to start, I want to see that shot fly. I like what Max is doing, especially on the defensive end, and so I'm going to give the coaches credit for making that decision. Um, and then the other positive takeaway is Reeves, just Austin Reeves. That man is ready now. Uh, and he's becoming that consistent third scorer, um, that primary handler, and he looks great. Um, so those are the positive takeaways. Uh, there's lots of trade rumors, but we're not going to talk about those. And coming up next, I think we play the Kings. And I don't think we have to say much about the Kings. I think we know this team really, really well. We play them 4 times a year, and it's always been interesting for the past several years. So I think we know what's going to happen there. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a fast game. We're going to have to get back on D, um, but we can outscore that team, and that's what we should do. Okay, Laker fans. By the way, Donna, who's always right, is going to be away for the next few games, but she'll be back in the fold, giving her brilliant insight before you know it. And so that's another episode of Purple Blood Lakers podcast for Laker fans, by Laker fans. Go Lakers.